What's happening? All right. Welcome back to Cook and a Half. Today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate chunk pecan cookie pie. Sounds pretty good. It's my take on a pecan pie. Generally, I like a pecan pie, but I don't like all that goo that sort of holds it all together. So I swapped the goo out for cookie. It's pretty good. It comes together really easily. You can make everything by hand. You can serve it warm so you don't have to wait for anything to cool. And I'm going to serve the pie with a No-Churn malted bourbon vanilla ice cream. Really special, very easy to make. You could make it in advance and forget about it. You don't need any fancy equipment for any step of this pie. And this is my contribution to the Food52 Residents Thanksgiving menu. So you can find all the excellent recipes by all the residents at food52.com. We're going to start by making our pastry dough because that needs to rest a little bit before we can roll it out and fill it. Let's get started. So the first thing we'll do is mix together our dry ingredients. I have 1 1/4 cup of flour. I have some kosher salt. That's half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar. I like putting granulated sugar in my pastry dough. I think it helps with browning, a little bit of sweetness, but some people don't do it. If you're not into it, feel free to omit it, but I think it's good. Now we'll add 1 stick of unsalted butter cut into little pieces. It should be cold, and I'm gonna toss that in with my hands. This is the fun part. If Artie were here, this is the part I'd have him help with, is smush all of the butter into flat little pieces, just like that. And that's basically going to help us get nice flaky layers in our pastry dough. Now we don't wanna warm our butter up too much, so if after this process you feel like it's gotten too soft, you can always throw it back in the fridge for a couple minutes just to firm up again. But I think if I work fast, I can make it happen. It's funny, I used to be very committed to making my pastry dough all in the food processor, and I still do that for galettes and things like that. But I was talking once to my friend Yasi, and she said that she finds that dough made in the food processor is tender but not flaky. And that really got me thinking. So the next one I made by hand. I'm always looking for shortcuts, but actually making it by hand is pretty simple too. And it does yield a very flaky, nice dough. I love this part. It's really fun to do. I have a 1/2 cup of cold water, ice water here. I'm only gonna add about 1/4 cup to start, and we'll see where we are because we don't wanna add too much water, and I'll show you. So I just mix it in with a fork. I still have quite a lot of dry flour, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's just about 1/4 cup. Let's see where we get with that. And it can be shaggy. It still can be shaggy. Okay, so yeah, it looks really shaggy. That's okay. Because what we're gonna do, we're gonna make this extra flaky by rolling it a few times, just like you would make a rough puff pastry. I know, Erin does this a lot. I saw it in her book. She does it for her extra flaky butter pastry. Watch Bake It Up a Notch. Watch Erin, the pie master, do this.
Again, this is rough puff pastry, so we're not being as precise about it. And you can kind of just roll it out, whatever shape it is, it will be fine.
It's a wonderful method because it just yields the flakiest pastry dough you've ever had. And it's very easy. Now I'm gonna set this into the fridge for at least 30 minutes, probably closer to an hour, to let the flour hydrate a little bit, and then I can do my first fold. But I have another one ready to go. So here's my dough that I made earlier this morning. You can see, it's still pretty rough, but we're gonna fold it like puff pastry and create some long laminated layers of butter. She's a little hard. Oh, maybe I'll give it a second to warm up. If you have some lights set up in your house, you can warm your dough like this. Don't let it get too warm. Am I getting flour on your lights?
Oh, it's okay.
It's a very technical process. All right, so we're just gonna layer this. We'll roll it out to a big rectangle. I'm sure I give measurements in the recipe, but the truth is it doesn't matter that much. We're just trying to get the butter to roll out into nice flat sheets. And I'm just doing this 2 times. You could do it more if you wanted to be extra, extra flaky, but I think twice is pretty good. So now I'll just pop this up once, down, and now this can get refrigerated again for another 30 minutes. You'll do that process one more time, and then your dough is ready to use. But I have another one ready to go. Now we're gonna make no-churn ice cream, and the base of most no-churn ice creams is 1 can of condensed milk and 2 cups of cold heavy cream. So if you start with that, you can make endless varieties of no-churn ice cream. It's really a great thing. I'm gonna flavor mine with a little cinnamon and bourbon and malt and vanilla. It's gonna be good. Okay, so the only thing we have to do is whip our cream. That's all the work that this ice cream needs. So I have 2 cups of cold heavy cream. And to that, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of malted milk. You don't know what the flavor is when you taste the final ice cream, but it just adds something really special in there. Okay, so we have nice stiff peaks. And to that, we're just gonna fold in our can of, don't fold in the top, fold in our can of condensed milk. We're using the whole can, which is nice so that you don't have any left over. It does make the ice cream pretty sweet, so that's why I think it's actually nice to add a little bit of alcohol to cut that sweetness a bit. I'm adding a little bit of vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract. Also adding my bourbon. You can do 2 to 3 tablespoons, a pinch of cinnamon, and always a pinch of salt. So easy to use the salt in Artie's absence. And now we're just folding. I always use a balloon whisk to fold because I think it's easier. You'll have to tell me. You try a spatula and try a balloon whisk and see which you like better. I just think it's easier to sort of get it mixed quickly without deflating it too much. Now we'll just pour this into a loaf pan or a Tupperware. Anything you have that you can throw in the freezer. And this will take, depends on your freezer, but it'll take at least, 6 hours, 8 hours to firm up and become ice cream-like. That's it. Your little ham. We are going to roll out some dough for our pie. This is just a standard 9-inch pie plate.
I can flat up the dough.
This is the dough that I made for the pastry. I also made a little extra so Artie can roll with me, and then maybe we'll cut some shapes to decorate our pie. What do you think? Oh, you're already on it. Can I give you some bench flour?
Huh?
This is what we'll do so it doesn't stick. Yeah, exactly. Good.
So we put it in
Mm-hmm. So move your dough over.
all of it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now move it
Okay,
up.
good, good, good. It won't stick now. So can you roll it out with me? So we're gonna roll out to about a 13-inch circle. And Artie's gonna roll his out to what?
I don't know. Where's the shapes?
The shapes? Oh, I moved them so that you could roll that out first.
I did it.
You did it? You wanna do it a little more?
Nah. I rather shapes now. Please.
Okay, let's roll it out a little thinner and then we can actually use it. Because wouldn't it be fun if we put stars on our pie? I'm gonna put this in the fridge for a minute and then I'm gonna help you roll out yours and we can cut shapes. Okay, so I'll roll it and you can cut shapes.
Yes.
Should we cut some stuff out?
I
Okay. Let's make it a little thinner so we have more. We'll cut some decorative shapes. Okay, good. Do a bunch of them, hun. Cute. You're a very good helper. Okay. All right, I guess we're done. Should we put these on our pie now?
I'm gonna eat mine.
No, don't eat it. Don't eat it, Humbun.
You gotta bake it first.
You want to bake it and see what happens?
Whichever hand is your dominant hand is going to be making sort of a V shape with these two fingers, your thumb and pointer finger, at the edge of the pie plate. So if you're left-handed, you would do it over here, but I'm right-handed, so I do it over here. And your non-dominant hand is going to be pressing in and down. So you're kind of pressing towards each other. Your dominant hand is making the shape, and your non-dominant hand is kind of sealing it to the pie plate. And I usually just kind of find where the last one ended and start right there.
Look, we're gonna put your circles on there. So I'm just picking a couple of spots to affix some of these pretty little circles. What do you think? Like,
I'm putting them in it.
you're gonna put it in the egg wash? Okay. That's fun.
You peel off the skin.
I put your cutouts on there. What do you think?
What about more?
You want to put more? Well, I was gonna put some sugar on them too. What do you think? We don't have a swap, so hopefully this comes out okay. So now we'll throw this in the freezer. Oh my goodness gracious, what are you making? Okay, I'm gonna put this in the freezer for a little bit while we make the filling, okay? Okay.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. La 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 la.
Now we make the filling. Ready? These go in last. The nuts and the chocolate go in last. Okay, we have our butter, then brown sugar, and don't lose any. We don't have a swap. All right, let's mix this up together. If your butter's nice and soft, you don't need a mixer, right?
If your butter nice and soft, you have to mix it.
Okay. Will you put the egg in for me?
Oh.
Remember how we do it? Crack it on the countertop and then split it over the bowl. Whoa. Not our best go, but no problem. Okay, you want to mix it for me?
What about the other egg?
Just one egg. Now we have to put all our dry ingredients. Ready? Do you want to mix it or do you want to dump?
A dump.
A dump. Okay.
I'm
Flour.
gonna mix it.
Sure.
Does all the white stuff have to go away?
Ideally in the bowl. Look, now we'll add our salt. That's baking soda. Vanilla. Okay, can I mix it now? How about you put the nuts and chocolate in?
Okay.
You could put them all in. We have chopped bittersweet chocolate and whole pecans. Just because they're nice when they're whole. Want me to hold the bowl? Done? It's a lot of nuts to cookie because it is basically, it's a pecan pie with cookie instead of goo. Shall we put it in into our
Oven?
We have to put it into the crust.
Okay.
All right. Now, what's up, Hun Bun? You tired?
No one wants me.
Want to watch a movie? Oh, that's the only thing that'll make you feel better. I'm just putting some extra pecans on top for fun. All right, shall we put this in the oven?
Pastry yummy pie dough.
Okay. Bake this pie for about 38 to 45 minutes. If you want it sort of on the gooier side on the inside, check it a little early. And if you want it cooked and solid all the way through, take it all the way to 45 minutes. Let's see if it spins. It spins! Aaron would be so proud of us. Should we cut into our beautiful pie?
No, thank you. Let's just leave it here for a moment.
All right. It's still warm.
Oh no.
What's the matter?
We live here, and the police are coming down here to this building where we live.
The police are coming down to our building?
To
Why?
get us.
To get us? Why?
We did something
Towards me?
bad.
I'm going to scoop myself a little bit of this ice cream.
And I'm gonna scoop myself a little.
Hey. Oh, well, that still looks good. You want to try some pie? What do you think?
Good.
I think it's delicious. And it's really nutty, so if you like nuts. No one who loves pecan pie but then gets this pie instead is going to be disappointed.
Like and subscribe if you want more lollipops. I can't open it.
Oh.
Like and subscribe for more cook and a half.
For this recipe, head to food52.com and be sure to check out all the delicious Thanksgiving recipes from all of our residents. This pie is nice because it would work on Thanksgiving, but it's not exclusively a Thanksgiving pie.